What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. I just got a call before from Safeguard Brakes letting me know that my brake rebuild kits for my R33 GTR brakes have finally arrived. I'm about to go and pick those up so we can get the calipers back together. Once we got all the seals and stuff in, we can then chuck all the new pin assembly in. I actually also picked up some new brake pads yesterday, so I've got those too. By the end of this video, the brakes will be ready to go back on the car. I've had a couple comments in the last few videos on the calipers. A few people saying that they're actually R32 GTR calipers. From my understanding, R32 GTR calipers and R33 GTST calipers are actually the same, so you guys are technically right. I don't think it was till the later R33 GTR that they switched to the Brembos. Made it Safeguard Brakes, parts department. We have got what we need, boys. We've got our front brake caliper rebuild kits. These are pretty straightforward. They just obviously have what we took out the other day. And here we have our 4 inner seals here. Got our 4 outer seals. We got the springs to hold those seals on, and bleeder cap, which is cool. The last brake rebuild kit I have didn't come with one of these. And these, which look to be more rubber seals of some sort, maybe the inside, probably for the passage inside the caliper for the brake fluid to go around, because there actually are bolt there, bolt there, bolt there, and bolt there where you can actually pull the calipers apart. I didn't go that far, I didn't think it was necessary, but I guess these go in there somewhere. If I'm wrong though, rip me out in the comments for it. Also, these arrived. I already cut this open because I could take the slip out, it had my address and stuff on it. I've already plastered my address on the internet before, so I don't really want to go doing that again. But in here, we have, what's in this package? So about a month ago, I ordered these. These are some 550cc injectors. These are Denso injectors, and obviously these are going into the RB20 here. I ordered these over a month ago, hoping that they would show up in time for tune, which when I ordered them was 2 weeks away. But yeah, they took an extra 2 weeks to get here from Aussie, which I guess it's pretty standard these days. But the reason I brought them from Aussie instead of New Zealand is I think these were like $500 something here, and they were about 300 in Aussie. Plus the shipping, it still worked out to be cheaper than buying them in New Zealand. The only downside was, yeah, I had to wait like a month for them to show up. Right here we've got our painted calipers, and I am super happy with how these came out. As I was saying in the last video, you can kind of see it on that angle, but you can still see there's a little bit of pitting and stuff in these calipers. It's nowhere near as bad as it used to be. Putting several coats of primer over these definitely filled in a lot of the pittings and stuff like that. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to go through and very carefully file off the paint over the Nissan logo. Then we can start putting the seals and stuff back in. Been working away for probably like 40 minutes now, half an hour on both of them, and I've pretty much got both to where I want. Made a tiny nick like there, you can see, and I nicked that a little bit. No marks on that one, and yeah, just those two, so pretty happy with how it came out. That was a pain in the ass, my hand's cramping, but I'm not quite done yet. I'm gonna take my sanding block and a little bit of sandpaper and just, again, very carefully just try and get rid of the lines going in certain directions from when I was filing it. So I'm just going to take the sandpaper and try and make them smooth. So I'm going to take all the masking from the paint off. Calipers painted, logo filed, all masking taken off. We are ready to start rebuilding these. So this one is going to be the first one up on the chopping block. So I just gave all of the insides of the chambers a quick wipe with a rag and some brake clean, just yeah, to make sure that it was all clean. So first off, we're going to get our inner seal here. What we'll do is we'll put that in the bottom and make sure it's seated down on each side. Just slowly push it into where it needs to go. Smooth it up at the top, make sure that's gone in nice and smooth, and it has. Just like that, we have our first seal in. Now before we put our piston in, I've got some brake fluid here. Just gonna dab my finger in that and just put it on the seal, just so it's got some sort of lubricant, something in there, so when you push this piston in, it doesn't pinch the seal. Boom, on piston in. And then we just repeat 7 more times. Oh, I forgot to say too, this is actually something I have been doing, is I'll put a bit of Scotch-Brite down in the pistons. I'll just do that, just to make all the outside of it nice and clean, and should make it go in a little bit easier. One side done. Right, so I've just done the other side too, so we've got both sides done. Now it's time to put the outer seals on. Now these seals can be pretty tricky to get on. That bit there goes over that ridge. You can see at the top there. So the easy way is just to get that over there. You kind of want to put your finger there to hold it. You want to try and hold it, and then like the other seal, kind of work around. And there, had it, popped off. Yeah, these ones are annoying. Yeah, here we go. And this one. Two seals done. So now we got to put the spring on. This one you have to be very, very careful with, because if you don't put this one on properly, the ends of the spring will cut your seal open. One side done. We have one fully refurbished caliper. Wasn't looking too bad when we first started it off, but yeah, it's so much better now. Completely stripped it right back, primed it, painted it, cleared the logo, all new inner, outer seals and spring. This is now ready to go back onto the car. So now we've just got to do the other one. Right, so it's the next night now. I finished up last night rebuilding the calipers and pretty much went to bed. It was getting late. This morning I woke up and straight away started working on the Zafiro, doing the panel and paint with Sheldon, which you guys would have seen in yesterday's video. Super happy with the progress that we're making on this. But anyway, tonight I figured I would finish off the calipers. So today I went and picked up some brake pads as well. Went and grabbed those off Ashton from Thrash Garage. Same place I got these pins and stuff off. Once again, if you guys are in need of pretty much any aftermarket parts really, hit Ashton at Thrash Garage up. I'll chuck a link in the description below, so go hit him up. I've already done this caliper, so we just got to do this one. It's pretty straightforward. First we got our pins, and then we have our little clip, and then we have our piece that ties the two pins together. Chuck our first brake pad in there, set that pin up. Then we take our other brake pad, kind of want to hold that one from underneath, and then this pin kind of has to go under it. That's obviously going to go through the brake pad and then through to the other hole on the other side. It's still in. And then same thing, it has to go under the pin. And just like that, it's through. Take a flathead screwdriver and we just turn these to where we need them to be, which is like that, because you can see that they have a little hole in there. Those little holes are for this clip here, and they just go in these holes like that. And this you pull around and it's got a little thing that it goes into like that, and that's done. And that'll pretty much wrap it for this video, guys. So calipers are rebuilt. Hopefully in the next couple of videos we can get these calipers on. I've got a brand new brake master cylinder, which I also got off Ashton actually. So I can chuck that in along with the calipers, get the lines in, and maybe we can also put the handbrake in. I still need to get a line from the handbrake to the rear calipers, but yeah, that's something I need to sort out. But anyway, that'll be it for this one, guys. Cheers for watching. You know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you tomorrow.